10 very unique and strange birds. Number 10. Ribbon-tailed astrapia. Ribbon-tailed astrapias are a type of bird of paradise, and they are by far the most stunning. They're native to the forests of Papua New Guinea and have the longest tail feathers in relation to their body size of any bird. In some cases, their tails are more than 3 times the length of the rest of their body. The tails are how the males attract their mates, with longer ones usually implying stronger genes to be passed on. It doesn't exactly help them in times of trouble, though, and they often have to untangle themselves before they can fly away from danger. Usually, their bodies grow up to 12 inches tall and are covered in velvety black feathers. They eat mainly fruits, insects, spiders, and frogs, and their calls, which sounds like a wah or walk, wit wit, can be heard echoing through the jungle canopy. Due to the relatively small region in which they live, there aren't thought to be many ribbon-tailed astrapias, so, as a result, they're considered to be near-threatened and could be at major risk if there are any changes to their habitat. Number 9. Andean cock of the rock. With such striking colors and an unusual crest, it's no surprise that the Andean cock of the rock has become the national bird of Peru, where it lives. The bright orange-colored plumage reaches across its head and its chest, with gray and black feathers on the tail and wings. The colors are more vivid in the males of the species, but the females still stand out against the environment. They live throughout the Andes, in Bolivia, Colombia, Ecuador, and Venezuela, and are usually found in the forests above 1,500 feet, with some occasionally seen lower down near water sources. Andean cock of the rocks feed mainly on fruits and insects, and during mating season have an unusual competitive courtship dance that sees a group of males jumping up and down and croaking in an attempt to gain the attention of the females. Due to the wide range of their habitat, they aren't classified as an endangered species, but there remains concern about their popularity in the international wildlife trade, as they are highly sought after throughout the world because of their colorful plumage. Number 8. Kakapo. Kakapos are native to New Zealand where, because of the historic lack of predators, birds evolved to be very different from elsewhere in the world. It was once common throughout the islands, but now the species is at a severe risk because of human activity, and they only remain in small numbers on uninhabited islands. The flightless, nocturnal birds grow up to 25 inches tall and weigh as much as 9 pounds. They are a type of parrot with a pale face and green mottled feathers that help them to blend into their surroundings. They are completely vegetarian and tend to feed on leaves, bark, roots, and fruits, and are solitary animals, only meeting up with others when it's time to mate. As of 2017, a total of 154 individuals were known to be living on the islands of Nuuhau, Anchor, and Hauturu. Breeding programs are underway, but their inability to evade predators that have been introduced to the islands beyond these 3 mean that it's unlikely they'll ever be able to return to their old habitats. Number 7. Shoebill stork. Shoebill storks, so called because of their distinctively shaped bills, are found across the tropical regions of East Africa, in countries such as South Sudan and Uganda. They live in marshy areas where they wade through the water in search of their favorite food, lungfish. They grow up to 5 feet tall and have more than an 8-foot wide wingspan and will often be seen standing motionless waiting for their prey to swim past. Despite their name, they aren't actually a type of stork, but are more closely related to pelicans, and this explains why they have such a large shoe-shaped bill. They are quite a vicious species and were said to have a strong bite by the first zoologists who wrote about them in the 19th century. They also exhibit an unusual behavior called urohydrosis that surprised those that first encountered them. This sees them defecate on their legs as they stand in the water, and this helps them to reduce their own body temperature. Before we move on, be sure to subscribe to Top 5s with notifications on. Number 6. Vulturine guinea fowl. Vulturine guinea fowls are native to the grasslands and savannas of northeast Africa, in countries like Ethiopia, Kenya, and Somalia. They get their names because of their bald head and necks and have red eyes, blue faces, a bright blue breast, and a covering of black and white striped feathers. Despite being good flyers, they will usually run away from danger instead of spreading their wings. Most of their lives are spent on the ground, using their sharp beaks and claws to dig into the earth to retrieve grubs, insects, and roots to feed on. They usually live together in large flocks and can call out across long distances to communicate with each other. But in times where there's lack of food or no space to roost, things can soon turn ugly and they become quite violent towards each other. Their chicks will also fight each other for food too, making vulturine guinea fowls one of the most aggressive interspecies birds that there is. Number 5. Magnificent frigate bird. Magnificent frigate birds are huge seabirds that live in the tropical coastal regions of the Americas. They grow up to 45 inches tall with a wingspan of up to 8 feet. And the males have an unmissable red gular sac, which they use to attract mates. They feed on fish which they catch by swooping down at the ocean and are often seen catching flying fish from above the surface. They also engage in a behavior called kleptoparasitism, which sees them attack other birds with the intention of making them regurgitate food which they then eat themselves. Magnificent frigate birds are one of the very few bird species that can spend many days and nights in constant flight and have been recorded traveling as far as 139 miles before landing. They also use thermal currents in the air to help reach altitudes of up to 8,200 feet, which allows them to travel such vast distances with minimal effort. Number 4. Rufous putu. Rufous putus are a small species of bird found in lowland Amazonia and are very difficult to spot because of their close resemblance to a rotting leaf. Because of this camouflage, very little is actually known about them. They are thought to grow to be up to 10 inches tall with a weight of just 2 ounces. Males and females are both very similar in appearance, and they feed on small insects. To do this, they have very precise movement in flight and often retain the same perch for the majority of their lives, from where they can perfect their hunting technique. Due to the numerous predators in the regions across Venezuela, Ecuador, Peru, and Brazil that they live, rufous putus generally only move and feed at nighttime, remaining on their perch during the day when they sleep. Unusually, they are a monogamous species, and rather than building a nest, they protect depressions in tree trunks and branches, which is where they lay their eggs. Number 3. Spectacled eider. Spectacled eiders are an unusual species of large sea duck that can be found in the cold waters of Alaska and northern Siberia. They grow to be around 22 inches long and are identifiable by their black chests, white backs, and very strange facial markings with white spectacled patches around their eyes. They are a diving species and mainly feed on mollusks and crustaceans from the ocean, but move to inland wetland areas during the spring when it's time to breed. Population numbers of this species rapidly declined between the 1970s and 90s, and it's not entirely clear why this happened. They are now classified as being threatened, and there are now only 3 primary nesting areas in the coastal plains of Alaska, Russia, and the Yukon-Kuskokwim Delta. Efforts are underway to prevent illegal harvesting of them, and to further understand how the ecosystem is changing and affecting their reproduction. And it's hoped conservation programs will help them to recover. Number 2. Hoatzin. Hoatzins can be found in the swamps of South America and are thought to be closely related to fossils that have been found from the time of the dinosaurs. They feed exclusively on plant material and have a digestive system that causes their food to ferment in a similar way to what happens in cows. They aren't very good at flying and are often seen clumsily trying to move from perch to perch, but they usually stay still most of the time. In an ingenious evolutionary development, their breastbones are perfectly placed to act as a tripod, so the birds are able to keep standing up even when their stomachs are so full that they distend. Hoatzins grow up to 25.6 inches long and weigh less than 2.2 pounds. They have blue faces, red eyes, and a head crest, and are excellent swimmers. Their nests are usually built above water, and if predators such as teras or capuchin monkeys manage to reach them, the birds and their young simply fall into the water, swim to the bank, and wait until the threat is gone before climbing back up to the nest. Number 1. Long-wattled umbrella bird. Across the Pacific slope of the Andes between Colombia and southern Ecuador, you might just have the chance of seeing one of these strange birds, the long-wattled umbrella bird. Apart from having an impressive quiff-like crest on their heads, they also have a huge chest wattle. It's so big, in fact, that it gets in the way of them flying. so they've developed the ability to retract it at will. This also has become a crucial part of their mating behavior too, and groups of males perform licks, which show off their wattles and their ability to retract and extend them in an attempt to prove their worth to the females. They are a highly prized catch for hunters, which, along with threats from habitat destruction and predators in the region, means they are considered to be a vulnerable species and one that could become endangered soon if things keep going as they are. Subscribe to Top 5s for more and check out some of our other popular videos.